February 9, 2004. Inside her dorm room at the University of Massachusetts, Maura Murray, a 21-year-old nursing student, packed her things. Clothes, books, everything seemed carefully arranged. On the desk, a brief note read, "I'm sorry. I can't keep going like this." Who was it for? And why was she leaving? She made a quick call to her boyfriend, but it was short, distant. Then, she emailed her professors, citing a family emergency. The twist? There was no emergency as night fell. Maura left her dorm, walking out the door for the last time. No one knew where she went or why. What happened next remains one of the most chilling mysteries to this day. After leaving her home, Maura headed toward the unknown. The road was blanketed in snow, and the cold landscape reflected the solitude of her journey. As night fell quickly, she drove in silence, telling no one where she was going. What was her destination? And what drove her to make this mysterious trip? At around 7:30 p.m., Maura lost control of the car. The slippery snow caused her to skid and crash violently into a tree. The impact was strong, but she managed to get out of the vehicle without serious injury. Calm, almost as if waiting for something, she seemed strangely serene in the aftermath. When the police arrived, the car was there, damaged, but Maura had vanished. Inside the vehicle, something odd caught their attention. A backpack sat in the back seat, and beside it, a crumpled note read, "I don't know what to do." But where was Maura? The collision marks were clear, but there were no signs of her in the snow, no trace of where she could have gone. The only certainty? She had disappeared without a trace. With Maura's car found and her gone, authorities wasted no time. The snow covering the landscape made the search even more difficult, but the police were determined. Every step in the snow seemed to disappear as it was taken, and despite the intense search, no trace of Maura was found nearby. The scene appeared to be one of a common accident, but a sense of something more lingered in the air. Where was Maura? With every passing minute, the mystery only deepened. The search began immediately after the crash, with search dogs and rescue teams scouring not only the road but also the dense forest around. The night was growing colder, and the pressure mounted with each hour without answers. Maura could be lost, injured, or perhaps farther away than they imagined. But there were no signs of her, no footprints, nothing that indicated where she had gone. What could have happened? Every movement of the snow seemed to swallow up the clues, leaving only more unanswered questions. In the following days, family and friends joined the search, but each new day brought more questions. How could someone disappear without leaving a trace? The police still believed she might be nearby, but there were no signs of struggle or violence. Just the silence of the night and the constant feeling of uncertainty. Where was Maura? As the hours turned into days, the media began covering Maura's disappearance. The story gained national attention, but even with all the spotlight, the investigation was at a standstill. Volunteers formed groups to search the more distant regions, dense forests, and even more remote areas. But still, nothing. What happened to her that night? With each new dawn, the uncertainty grew. It was as if she had vanished into thin air. Months passed. Frustration mounted, but the search never stopped. Maura's family never gave up, while the police continued to revisit every lead, even knowing that the chances of finding something were dwindling. The case of Maura Murray, the college student who vanished without a trace, became one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in American history. But to this day, no one knows what really happened that cold February night.